regular car right here, always in our way every time we want to ride the Rikers. Always in the way, every time. Alright, y'all, so she finna pull the bikes out. She gonna pull mine out first. Hopefully she don't wreck then.
Coming out of the garage.
Hit the tire and they didn't even make it 2 feet out of the garage and I already hit something. I told y'all.
Wait, I might be alright. It's a little chilly.
So look, y'all, she like being on that one because it fast. Oh, it's slow.
That's all right, y'all. Mine gonna get upgraded maybe one of these days.
It ain't.
Yeah, because I really don't need the turbo.
She got a grandma bike.
That's fine. I'd take
it. Clean, though. It's a clean grandma bike, ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just ain't got that power.
He cut the grass and got a little dust on mine. Y'all see it. His ain't dusted though.
I cleaned the dust off mine.
Yeah, why you didn't do mine?
I just did mine. Every man for themselves.
But I watched yours though. Y'all see how he do me?
Rick number 2.
Huh?
Rick number 2.
Who that?
About it like a professional, didn't she? I just knew she was gonna hit something. She came out there like a professional.
I am a professional.
Alright, y'all, we'll be back one minute. But we is gonna talk about a little bit about the Riker. We're just gonna talk about how they've been holding up since we bought them. So we'll be back in 1 second. All right, y'all, so like I said, we just gonna talk about how our bike's been holding up since we bought them. We bought them brand new in 2020. Brand spanking new for spanking new. We bought them from
Mountain Motorsport.
Yeah, Mountain Motorsport in Conyers.
Yeah.
They had to put them together when we got them. We went out there, it was kind of early. We paid for everything. They said we were gonna get it, then they came back and said, can we come back tomorrow? So, went on tomorrow. We stayed until they closed, until we got our bikes.
Yep.
But since then, we ain't really had no problem out of them. I mean, everything gonna have some problem, but for the most part, that's been holding up pretty good for me, for us anyway.
The only thing that happened to my bike was the battery died, because we haven't been riding them like that. So it was just sitting in the garage, and every now and then what we said we was gonna do, we was just like we was gonna crank them up just to like, you know, try to make them run a little bit, but we didn't do that.
Yeah, matter of fact, both our batteries died, not just wood, both our batteries died. We got lights and all type of accessories on here, but we ain't had no issues. And I know when I be on a Facebook group, you hear a lot of people in there saying something wrong with their Rikers or something messed up here, something messed up there, VSS code and all that stuff. So this is for like the new people who ain't got no Riker. I know some people in them groups who ain't got no Riker. You see that, you start to think, man, these things ain't no good. But you got to think about it in these groups. Sometimes it might be about 10,000 people in the group. You might only have about 30 people saying something wrong with their bike. So they really ain't a lot once you look at it as a whole. Because everybody who got a bike and they ain't had no problem, most of the time we don't say nothing. Like myself, I don't say nothing because I ain't had no issues. But, so yeah, so today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some things we got on our bikes and we're going to give y'all some tips. So let's get started.
All right, y'all, so we finally got us some merch in. Right now we currently have the studded tumblers. Each cup going to come with a straw. And on the cup that you choose, it's going to either have my bike on it or Byron bike on it. And then it says K&B Rikers, and at the bottom it says Riker Rally Edition. We're also going to have some shirts coming, and then we're also going to have some of the cold and hot tumblers. But I'm going to let Byron come a little closer so y'all can see the different colors that we currently have. And of course, this is my favorite, because if y'all see, it kind of match my bike. The tumblers right now are $20. We're going to have a link listed below that y'all can click on to be able to purchase your tumbler. Again, like I said, they are now $20. And I also want to thank people who have been sending us gifts to our P.O. Box. If you want to send us a gift to the P.O. Box, or if you just want to send us some merchandise or items to review, you can also do that as well. Our P.O. Box will be listed in the description, but it is P.O. Box 2541, Mcdonough, Georgia 30253.
All right, y'all, so first thing first, like she was saying earlier, our battery did die, but when her battery died, we had to go get her a new battery. So I was able to just to get my battery charged back up. We charged her battery up, but it just won't work. So it's getting cold. I know everybody don't ride their bike when they get cold.
Because we definitely don't.
So what you want to do, you want to make sure you get a Trickle Charger. So we didn't get one the first time. We're like, well, we just go outside and we'll just crank it up every now and then. So well, on these bikes, just to let you know, if you go outside and just crank it up and don't ride it, it do not charge the battery. So that ain't gonna work. It ain't like a car where you just crank it up, let it run for about 30 minutes and it's gonna keep the battery charged. The only way the battery charge on these is if you actually ride it. So just going out in your garage, cranking it, that ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna need to get a Trickle Charger. So we do got a Trickle Charger, what Kiara got right here in her bag. So this is a Trickle Charger that we got. Show you the front. I'm gonna show you how it look. So that's the one we got. We got it from Amazon, and I'm gonna have the link down in the description for you. And what I did once I bought that, we went ahead and bought an extension cable right here. I think they were like a 25 feet cable, because the cord on there ain't real long, so you might need to get you an extension cable so you can run it to your bike. And so let me show you how these work. So over here, because of Kiara hood right here, get her to pop the hood for you. So inside of here, we got a cable right here. This cable gonna run down to the battery. We'll show you that in a minute. But one thing you do, you take your Trickle Charger right here, and you just plug it up. You just plug it up right there. And of course, the other side, I just go into the wall, and that's it. So that's all you gotta do. It's just that simple.
It got a screen, so it'll tell you your battery percent right here on the screen. Once it's full, of course, it'll say full. And if it also give you some codes too on it, or no? I
don't think it give you no codes, but if it ain't full, it'll tell you what the voltage of your battery. Yeah. Like if your battery at 10 volts or 11 volts, it'll tell you where it at. Once it get full, it'll read full. But you don't have to unplug it. You just keep it plugged up. So of course we just plug that up like that. But what you do, you'll run your extension cable in between there. So now I'm gonna get Kiara to pop her trunk right here. I'll take the hood off, whatever you call this little thing. Let's see if she remembers how to take it off.
I don't think I never took this off, but we finna find out.
Uh-oh, y'all, she can't get it off.
Let me see it. Where it's at?
It's two little clips right there where your hand at. You'll feel them. You pull up on them. Yep. You pull up on them and you pull down.
Okay.
She don't get it off, y'all. All right, so what we did was that Trickle Charger, we got ours run directly to the battery. So you really can't see much here, but we got to run directly to the battery and all up through there and back up here. So, and also, we use that to charge our phone for our phone charger, too. That way, we can charge our phone without the bike being on. But, move that stuff right quick.
Where did you put the piece so we can show them that piece that we attached to this part?
Oh, I don't know where it is. So, hold on, we're going to get another piece, too. But, just in case y'all didn't know, your bike do got a, I don't know if you can see it, you got a USB on your bike. Right here. So, if y'all didn't know, your bike do come with USB on there where you can charge your phone on. You can charge your phone with that, but that only works if the bike is on. It don't work if the bike powered off. So that's why we use this red cable right here for our phone and Trickle Charger. That way we can, like when you ride somewhere you want to cut your bike off, you still gonna be charging your phone. So, and I'm gonna show y'all the piece we got for our phone. So y'all see this little piece right here? So it just plug into the cable, and on the other side of it, show the USB side. You got your chargers right there. And they just plug right in like the Trickle Charger. Just Plug right in. Now you can plug your phone cable up in there, and plug your phone up, and you charge your phone.
And it also has an on and off switch on there too.
Yeah, and like she said, it got an on and off switch. So you ain't got to leave it powered on the whole time. You can cut it off when you're using, but we never cut it off. Mm-hmm. So that's the first tip we got. Wintertime, make sure you get your Trickle Charger. Put your bike on the Trickle Charger. If your battery go dead, if it don't go real dead, you can jump it off and be fine. Just ride it. But if it go too dead, you're not gonna be able to jump it off. So what happened is, so what I did when I went dead, I charged both of the batteries overnight, and it take a long time to charge the battery with the little slow battery charger I got. So even though I was charging the batteries, well, let's go back. When I first jumped them off, it was giving off codes. So it was giving off like, I think something with a fuel code. I think transmission code. Yeah,
the VVS fault thing came on.
Yeah, every code coming on. I'm talking about, and it was running bad. It was plugging, man. It was just Jesus.
It'll come on. We crank it up. It'll come on, and the bike was just shaking real bad. And then, like, as soon as you try to put it in gear, it'll cut off.
Yep. So the bike was messing up bad. Where you go? The bike was messing up so bad, and we honestly thought it was something else wrong.
Yeah, we did. Byron thought it was the gas. So what he said he was gonna do, he said he was gonna take all the fuel out of both of the bikes. He went to the gas station and bought the little the filter out the gas.
Not the gas station. I went to Harbor Freight.
Oh well, whatever.
So let me tell that part. I went to Harbor Freight and bought a siphon kit because she told me I went to the gas station. So I went to Harbor Freight and bought a siphon kit. I don't siphon the gas out of the bike. I'm thinking the gas done went bad somehow. Siphon the gas out, put new gas in there, still the same thing. Come to find out, it wasn't nothing but the battery. I could not jump it off and get it to run because our battery had one dead before, and we jumped them off and we were fine. But this time they went too dead. So what happens is, once the bike, I'm assuming this, I ain't know 100%, but once the bike go too dead, I think the battery ain't got enough juice for all your sensors to read, and you just start getting codes from everywhere. So that's what I'm thinking. So on my bike, I charged my battery overnight. I was good. I charged hers overnight. We still weren't good. We had to go buy her another battery. So. And
I think the battery was like 160.
Yeah, it went to Advance.
Yeah.
It was cheaper. I think it was cheaper there than at Mount Motorsport.
It was.
Yeah. So we bought the battery there, and then she was good to go. But honestly, I think I probably do need a new battery. It's just holding up because I've been riding and I'm keeping it on the Trickle Charger. But get a Trickle Charger, put your bike on the charger, keep it charged, and then what we do now, every day we come home, we just put our bike on the Trickle Charger. Every day, I don't care, sometime, whenever, we just keep it on there. That way we just don't ever have that problem no more. So, but other than that, that's the first tip. It's getting cold. A lot of folks ain't gonna ride you ain't gonna be riding your bike like you normally do. Make sure you get a Trickle Charger and put it on your bike. We're gonna put a link in the description to the Trickle Charger, the extension cable, and also that the little thing we got to charge our phone with. So, all right, so now we're gonna go to the next tip. All right, y'all, so the next tip we're gonna talk about is the little coolant reservoir right here. So when I first got my bike, I think I took my bike to the dealership, I don't know how many times, because I kept having little droppings of coolant or whatever down here. So I'm thinking this had a hole or something like that in there. But come to find out, it's a little pinhole back here. And just like on the car, you got an overflow tube. So the overflow thing on here is like a little pinhole back there. So if the pressure gets too high, it's gonna release some of that coolant down there. That's why you see the little droplets around there. So you ain't gotta think that you got a hole in your reservoir now. It's just strictly coming from that little overflow hole. It ain't got a tube, it got a hole. So you will see little droplets of coolant down there. But don't worry about it, don't panic, it ain't gonna be nothing bad, and don't overfill this. It's got a fill line on here, so make sure you don't overfill it, because if you overfill it like I did, you're gonna see a lot of coolant down there, all around that area. So don't too tough worry about that. If you see a little coolant down there, that just coming out that overflow hole down there. And I learned this at the dealership when I kept taking it back. They had to explain that to me, so I'm just letting y'all know. And it got to be true, because like I said, I had my bike since 2020. I ain't had no issue out of it. Even though I see a little stuff down there, I never had an issue out of that. And we done been on some long rides. We done been to Alabama and back and everything, and had no problem with the bike running hot. So that's gonna be tip number 2 for you. All right, let's get to the next tip.
All right, y'all, so tip number 3 for the horns. Y'all know we upgraded our horns. The horns that come on these bikes, they sound like some little scooter horns. So when you're on the highway, they can't even hear you when you blow the horn. So for one, that's a safety feature for us. So that's why we felt the need to upgrade our horns. So this the horn right here that we have. It's attached by 2 bolts, one at the top, one at the bottom. It hook up the same way that your other one does. And it has 2 wires. And then I'm gonna just blow the horn. See if y'all can see. Well, I know y'all gonna be able to tell the difference. It's much louder. I almost forgot what my horn was at. I feel like I ain't rode in so long. But it's much louder than the one that come on there. And like I said, for us, it was a safety feature. I know some of y'all probably feel like that too. So that's tip number 3. And we'll be back with the next one. While Byron putting everything up, I'm gonna show y'all my little.
I ain't putting everything up. I'm getting ready for tip number 4.
Yeah, that. Y'all, I had my stuff put up and ready November 1st. Got my Santa Claus, my gingerbread man, the penguin, and then this one right here, he take the longest because he big, so he blowing up over there. Got the Santa Claus in the sleigh.
I know y'all can't see me, but I did all that work by myself. Kiara didn't need help me.
I can hear him. He way over there. Look where he at, and I can hear him. But y'all see my Christmas tree on the ground over there, so we gotta pick it up. We got a little snowman family back there by the entry of the gate. We got like some little gingerbread family on one side and Santa and the elves. We did the gates, and then we had this guy come hang up the lights on our house. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. Okay, that's it. Back to the video. All right, y'all, so tip number 4, we're gonna talk about the neutral feature that comes on the bike. So not everyone knows that there is a neutral option on here. So you gotta take the park brake off. Right now the bike is currently in forward. It's also in reverse right now. And then in the middle, that's your neutral option. So right now my foot is on the brake. When I take my foot off the brake, the bike gonna roll so smoothly, and that's your neutral option. You see how it's just gliding? That's your neutral feature. So that's tip number 4. And then you want to make sure you put your parking brake thing back up. And I'm gonna just put it back in forward. And that's it.
All right, y'all. So I think this tip number 5. So on this one, which seemed like it should be so simple, but this was starting a bike. So I don't know if it was like y'all when we went about our bike, they gave us a whole sequence command, like a Nintendo code to crank the bike up. You got to hit this button, you got to turn it, and then you got to press this. And man, that was just a big mess trying to remember all that. So actually, it's way more simpler than that. Some people probably already know, but people who new getting your bike, you probably don't know. You're probably trying to go through the sequence, make sure you hit everything. All right, so pretty much what it is, all these things have to be done, but it ain't no order. So for instance, if I want to crank up my bike, I can press the brakes first. First you gotta make sure it's on. You can press the brakes first. You can turn this, and then you can just hold that. It's gonna crank up. All right, so you can do it that way. So that time y'all seen I had my feet on the brakes first, right? So we can do it another way. We can turn the throttle first. I can turn the throttle first. I can press and hold this. Well, I gotta cut it on. Turn the throttle. And I can hold this, and then if I just hit the brakes, it's gonna crank up. So with starting up the bike, all those things have to happen, but it ain't in no particular order. So now what we do when we crank up our bike, well, I don't know if Kiara do, but I know me. What I always do, I hop on my bike, I just turn my throttle, and I just hold the button right here, and then I hit the brake. That's just the easiest and simpler way to crank it up.
And that is how I crank up mine, because like you said, it's the easy, simple way. They had me all confused when we first got our bikes, because I was like, and it took me a little while to get it crunked, because I couldn't remember all the ways they was telling me how to do it. But Byron just showed y'all the easier way.
So yeah, like I say, some people may know this, but for the new people, when you first get your Riker, they gonna have you confused on how to crank up the bike, trying to tell you this, that, and that. So the easy way I say, turn the throttle, hold the button, and just hit the brakes. That's the simpler way to crank the bike up. All right, so that's it for tip number 5, y'all. All right, y'all, here we go with tip number 6. So tip number 6 is with your foot pegs. Of course, we changed our foot pegs, but that don't matter. So when you get your Riker, if you look down here, you'll see that you got numbers down here also. So what those numbers are for, if you pull your peg up like that, you can move these. And what the numbers are for, if you move this one to, let's say 6, you can move that one on the other side to 6 also. So remember, you can move your pegs by flipping this up, slide them up and down. I'm sure a lot of people know that. A lot of people probably don't know that, but that's what the numbers on there for. So you can make sure both of them is equal. Now with me, I don't like have both of mine equal, so I don't go by the number. I just put it where it feel good to me at. So like I say, let that up, and you can slide it to wherever you want it at. This hard to push down, so I just push down my feet. When you push it back down, it lock it back into place. Then also, on your handlebars right here, your handlebars can move too. You got the little piece right here. Let me go to the other side right quick. You got the little piece right here, which you can, let me see if I can get it up, y'all. I can't get it up. Well, I can't get hers up. Let me see if I can get mine up.
Dang.
So look, you see this piece right here? I don't know why mine came up so easy, but this little piece right here, it come up and it allows you to slide your handlebars like this. So you see your handlebars can be slid to adjust to wherever you want them at. So mine came up easy. I don't know where going on my grandma's bike over there, but all right, so that's tip number 5, y'all.
6, honey.
I mean, my bad. That's tip number 6 for you right there. All right, so let's move on. All right, y'all, so this is the last tip I'm gonna do for this video. So it'll be tip number 7. This gonna be with checking your oil. So to check your oil, you have to come over here. I ain't gonna let this one down because the speaker in the way, I have to move the speaker to let that one down. But you'll turn this right here. And once you fold that down, you'll see your oil dip sticking out. But now, to check your oil, your bike need to be at operating temperature. So this ain't like a car. You don't want to check your oil like you let your bike sit overnight and you come out to check your oil. That ain't the right way to check your oil. You need to make sure your bike is at operating temperature, which means your temperature gauge need to be in the middle, like 5 bars, I think it is. Then what you'll do, you'll cut your bike off. As soon as you cut it off, that's when you check your oil. That's the proper way to check your oil. If you check your oil any other way, you're gonna get the wrong reading, and possibly you can overfill it with oil. So just make sure your bike is at operating temperature. As soon as you cut it off, that's when you check the oil. All right, y'all. So that's it with the tips. We'll be back. Y'all see us again